Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to your morning briefing for Friday, the 5th of December, 2025. This is Robert. Jared and I will be standing in for Mike today. Moving on to the domestic sit rep. The Trump administration is moving to limit work permits for asylum seekers and visa holders. Yesterday, the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services said it will limit work permits to 18 months for anybody who is either an asylum seeker or an immigrant with a temporary status to 18 months, down from the previous limit of 5 years. The idea behind this, according to USCIS, is that it will allow more scrutiny on work permits for visa holders for temporary status protection, legal immigrants with temporary status protection, and asylum seekers by allowing them to enforce more frequent vetting. And this is coming directly from USCIS Director Joseph Edlow. The Department of Justice unsealed an indictment yesterday, and they're saying that a 30-year-old Virginia man has been arrested and charged with planting pipe bombs at the headquarters of both the Republican National Committee and Democratic National Committee in the Capitol on January 5th and 6th of 2021. Moving over to the domestic side, the Florida legislature is making its first move in a redistricting effort. The Florida House's Select Committee on Congressional Redistricting held a meeting yesterday where they went over and where they discussed an overview of redistricting. And this is the first step in getting this redistricting process started. They're beginning meetings. Governor Ron DeSantis said that a map has not been proposed yet, but did confirm that Republicans will begin the process of adopting a new map in the spring of 2026. Also yesterday, the Supreme Court upheld Texas's mid-decade map as at least as long as it is moving through the courts. So Supreme Court Justice Samuel Alito ruled that Texas can move forward with its map for the 2026 midterms, while the lawsuits against the Texas GOP moves through the courts. And Alito gave the plaintiffs until Monday to file a response to his ruling. Jared, if you could come on and take us through the global sit rep, please.
Will do. So we're going to start off here in the United States. The U.S. Trade Representative Greer told the American Growth Summit yesterday regarding their trade relationship with China that a lot of allies are actually pushing for more coordinated action. But the decision right now is we want to have stability in this relationship. Now, Greer also said we, the United States, need to make sure that we are on a good path to reindustrialization, including critical minerals. I do want to say that he's in multiple quotes here. He did actually say right now, so this does look like it is temporary so that we can reindustrialize as the United States. Over in Australia, their defense minister is going to visit Japan this weekend and Washington, D.C. next week. In both meetings, he's actually discussing naval assets, the frigate he's getting from Japan, and the AUKUS, the Australia, UK, U.S. nuclear-powered submarine coming from the U.S., UK. And over in the State Department issued an order for all U.S. citizens and lawful permanent residents in Venezuela to depart immediately on Wednesday. Now, the last time that the State Department issued a specific warning for Venezuela, it was not depart immediately, but merely just do not travel. And that was prior to the Caribbean counter-narcotics operation.
All right. Thank you for that, Jared. Let's move on. We're tracking 395 protests over the weekend. And as we said before, if you're near one of these yellow dots on the map, it's probably a good idea to go out and get a lay of the land, see which local political parties and political activist organizations are participating in these protests near you. Note that in your area study. Moving on, we're going to move to the high side, where we are going to cover a Homeland Operations update and the Trump administration's new national security strategy that it quietly released yesterday. If you'd like to get access to the high side in our analysis and questions and answer session on the show, you can go to forwardobserver.com/trial and get a 7-day free trial. Jared, if you could take us to the high side, please.